Hey guys, Travis Britt here with SOCEprep.com. SOCEprep.com, where you get all of your resources if you're looking to pass the statewide officer certification exam, better known as a SOCE, whether you're in a basic recruit training program or you want to transfer your certification from out of state to the beautiful state of Florida. Today, guys, we're going to be looking at another Fourth Amendment question. Some of you guys are like, good Lord, a lot of these questions are about the Fourth Amendment. Guys, Fourth Amendment, police work, man, it's bread and butter. Right, they go hand in hand all day, every day. Right, so if it feels like we're beating up the Fourth Amendment, you have never beat it up enough. Right, it's continuing education, daily basis to make sure that you are constitutionally sound. Because if you're not constitutionally sound, you're a tyrant. And what do we do with tyrants? We should remove their heads. Right. So with that being said, we got a question that says, "What is an example of abusing a scope of a lawful search?" Right. So we're looking at a lawful search. What's an example below that's going to show us that somebody's abused scope of search? All right, so think about what scope of search is. What does that mean to you? And we're looking for some abuse, right? In the answer choices. So A says an officer has a warrant to search a car, or as you work, an officer has a warrant to search for a car in a garage only, but finds stolen tools in a locked wall locker. I'm going to hold on to it as a contender. Right, because I'm not absolutely sure if I want to scratch it just yet. B says an officer has a search warrant for a car in a garage, but he sees narcotics in plain view. Right, so we know plain view. Right, if narcotics are in plain view, can you recover them, or is that an abuse of scope of search? Right, there is case law says plain view. Right, you can recover those narcotics and make that arrest. Right. Now we got to decide what kind of possession do we have here? Plain view, is it actual, constructed, so on and so forth, and we need to annotate it in the report. But there's nothing that says that you need to ignore contraband that is in plain view. Right, you can recover contraband that's in plain view. So we're going to scratch that because that's not an abuse of a lawful search. It's not an abuse of scope of search. Let's look at C. It says an officer searches the suspect's pockets and sends it to arrest before loading them up in the patrol vehicle. Right. Can I search someone after their arrest before I put them in the back of the car? Or does the Fourth Amendment protect their pockets, right? Do I have to get a search warrant? No, I don't, right? Search incident to arrest, guys. You can search someone, right? Search incident to arrest. They do not expect you to arrest someone and then put them in the backseat of the patrol car with a gun in their front pocket, right? So search incident to arrest is good to go. Search incident to arrest, right? It's one of those exceptions to the Fourth Amendment, exclusions of the Fourth Amendment. If you're under arrest, you have waived that right to the Fourth Amendment. Your pockets are about to get searched, right? And the jail is going to search you extensively, right, to make sure you're not sneaking anything in your prison wallet. So with that being said, we got one more. An officer searches a juvenile's backpack for contraband with the parent's consent. All right, so we got a juvenile. They didn't say whether or not they gave consent or not, but it's the parents gave consent. Right, and we know from some earlier videos that third parties can't give consent to search property. All right, so if we got like Georgia versus Randolph, we got a husband and wife crew. Police are called. One of the owner's marital property gives consent to search the residence. The other one does not. What do we go with? We don't search that residence, right? Because third parties cannot give consent to search other people's property. And in that case where it's co-owned property, marital property, you always lean on the side of the Fourth Amendment, err on the side of caution. Get your search warrant if there's a question about it. If one says yes, one says no, then no is what we go with. But with this right here, we got a juvenile and we've got parents, right? State of Florida, guys, I want you to remember this. With juveniles, they are almost viewed I don't know, this sounds crude, but they're almost viewed as like the parent's property, right? So with that being said, what the parent says for the most part goes. Now, it doesn't mean you don't respect juveniles' Fourth Amendment rights, but you get called to a house and the parents are like, hey, I've got this, that, and the other in my house, right? And I need to get it removed. And a juvenile is like, oh, you can't go in my bedroom. Like, that's not really the case, player. Right, because your parents basically are the consenting adults at this time. You are a child, right, and you're under the command of your parents. So therefore, I don't like this one because in the state of Florida, due process rights do apply to juveniles, but in this matter, where the parents are like, hey, I bought that backpack, and I think there's something in it that needs to be removed because I don't want it in my house, right? that I pay for, all right, then that's a different issue. So I don't like that one either. So we've narrowed it down to one, right? So that means we picked the correct answer up top, and it says an officer has a warrant to search for a car in a garage only, but find stolen tools in a locked wall locker, right? So we're talking about scope of search, Fourth Amendment, right? If I get a search warrant for a car in a garage, how in the world am I going to articulate and utter and explain that I was up in a locked wall locker looking for a freaking car? Can't do it, guys. Can't do it, right? So scope of search, you are going to illustrate exactly what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, and why it's contraband, right? That's your left and right lateral limit, right? We can't look for a car in a locked wall locker, right? There's not going to be a car in a locked wall locker. It's not reasonable to state, oh, I was looking for that car that was in the search warrant, right? When you do your return on a search warrant, you're going to get yourself in trouble, right? And I know it feels like I say that every time we have a video. You're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get... Guys, this is a job where you have to be beyond reproach all the time, right? On duty, off duty, doesn't matter, right? And don't let that make you paranoid. Just do things the right way. Learn it the right way. Do it the right way. And surround yourself with folks that are going to keep you sound and mentor you along the way, right? Not as scary as it sounds, right? So with that being said, A was the correct answer. An officer has a warrant to search for a car in a garage only, but find stolen tools in a locked wall locker. There are no cars in wall lockers, right? So we're going to pick that. A, we're going to pick it. We're going to stick it. We're going to move on. Guys, check me out over at SOCEprep.com. If you have to pass this friggin' test, the SOCE, you're staring down the barrel of 200 questions, guys. So it's something that I wouldn't want to attack alone. I've got a website set up. If you don't have any money, no big deal. Come check me out, SOCEprep.com. 17 pages of free guided notes. They're going to help you get going. And you can use your books, the Basic Recruit Training Program Manual, and your high liability to fill in those guided notes. And it's going to take you a lot longer than it would if you sign up for one of my subscriptions. You're probably going to deal with a little more anxiety, but hey, you can do it if you're broke and you don't have any money to buy any of the subscription services. Obviously, use the YouTube channel. Pass it on to your classmates. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the channel, guys. Get the guided notes. Buy a subscription if you would like to. If you want to do it old school, that's fine as well. In the meantime, guys, if you have anything else that you need, hit me up in the comments. Travis Britt, SOCEprep.com, out. Thank you.